discussion and action on the county building inspections. City Manager?
Okay, we have discussed this off and on for about a year now. Last September, council sitting at that time, the contract had expired with the county, and you gave, or that council gave an extension of up to 6 months. It is now 6 months that's passed. The county has not made a decision yet on what they choose to do with this program. I'm looking for some direction from council as to what you'd like to do.
I personally think we need to continue to help them out. I mean, in our budget meeting earlier, the numbers was there. It looks like we're being able to fund our department with our permit fees, and I definitely don't want to make an action until we hear back from the county commission. So I know that there's a lot of new commissioners, and it takes a while to get your feet wet in a position like this. So I want to make sure we give them some time.
I'd like to extend it until the budget, until the time that we have to revise our budget, because if we're going to maintain, if we're going to keep doing their inspecting, we're going to have more employees to cover all that we need to be doing. We're neglecting what we need to be doing.
When would that new drop dead date be?
What date?
June 30th, end of the fiscal year.
June 30th is in the fiscal year. Yes, sir.
Mayor, I'd like
Yes,
to
yes.
address this. I have concerns about the city doing the county inspections. That's a clear responsibility that exists with the county. And I'm 100% in cooperating with the county, and I don't want to cut them off at the knees on this. We've offered to help them in every way we can to get their program going. The option of the state picking up the program. Now, Councilman Curley's correct in that there is a revenue stream from this, and I understand that. But I'm uncomfortable with receiving revenue from the county that should be going to the county. And I'm uncomfortable with us doing the duties just like we would if we sent the police out to do the county sheriff's duties. Okay? That's just an analogy. The other thing is, I am less than content with the state of the city of Crossville and some of the blights that we have within the city, and we need to focus our inspectors on code enforcement and clean the city up. And either we hire people to do the code enforcement, or we continue to do the county, but we can't do both with the manpower that we have. And I have grave concerns of that. I have no problem with extending it till the end of June, but past that, I would not support that. That's plenty of time to put an inspection program in place, or the council will disagree with my position.
My concern is, and again, I do want to cooperate with the county and offer them all the support that we can. My concern is that we have some existing things in our city that we've not been able to get to in an appropriate manner because we're not staffed up as yet to handle the situation. We don't want our existing responsibilities that we're supposed to be taken care of to suffer as a result of that. So it's kind of a catch-22 that you get into. So if we extend it until June 30th, what happens to things in our city, within the city limits that we kind of let fall back just a little bit that we need to be taken care of?
Well, that needs to be addressed too.
I'd like to ask the manager a question.
Sure.
How far behind are we on code enforcement and so forth?
In the city, I've been here 18 months, and I've been asking for additional help for at least 15 of those to clean up the city. We've got some real areas that need some work, and it's going to take at least one, if not two people, to do that if we continue to do the work for the county. One other note that you might need to think about, if we extend this to June 30, any permits that we sell up until June 30, we'll have to transfer those over, possibly even the money, to the county, because somebody has to see that those inspections are completed. So there's another little wrinkle that would take place. We sell permits through the month of June, and then we end the program, the county's not going to want to inspect those because they didn't get a fee for it, unless we transfer the money.
Could we extend for a shorter period of time? We've been, how do you say, long-suffering, and it seems like we've given them surely an adequate amount of time for the county to make a decision. Could we extend it for just a very short period of time, giving whatever committees they have that need to meet, giving them, you know, another 30, 60 days instead of waiting all the way to budget time? Is that a compromise?
Yes. What's the normal completion time? Is there an average on these inspections when you?
On construction, it could be 90 to 120 days.
Yeah.
Depending on what
So
size
no matter what you
structure.
do, you're gonna have overlap.
Yeah.
I don't see the transfer of the funds for the permits as being an issue. Fred, do you see a transfer of that being an issue?
I don't see it as an issue. On top of that, you might say, well, whatever we've sold up to that point, we'll just service them, and any new ones going to the county. That would be the other issue you might want to do.
Okay. I don't want to leave them in a lurch, but we've given them opportunities to resolve this issue, and we have city issues that we're responsible for resolving that we're not resolving.
I don't think we drop them. I move that we go through June 30th.
Can you also think, Councilman Watt, about directing our city manager to come up with a budget figure that would cost us, that they might be able, that the county can, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well,
Pay us back on our expenditures if we continue doing theirs and have to hire additional so we can clean up our mess in the city. I'll second that. You got all that stuff.
I don't understand what the motion is anymore.
the manager's gonna give us an analysis of what it's gonna cost us to replace a man if we continue past June 30th with the county.
What
That's
we're doing here, and I think is hedging, whether come June, we're going to turn this over to the county or we're going to continue to do it. That's a decision that the council's going to have to make, and not really the county. And I have no problem with extending this to June. I have serious problems with extending it to July 1st. Okay, I think we need to send a message that they need to get their program in shape. But I don't know how to do that if we're hedging this. And that's what we're doing here tonight. We're hedging the decision to terminate doing county inspections.
I kind of think without directly being said, is, you know, if they can either decide to compensate us to hire the additional help that we need, or we'll be terminating our duties at effective June 30th or whatever the date is at the end of the month. Is that what I'm hearing? So I think if they don't agree, you know, we're done come July 1st and they need to have their program put in place, they need to compensate us for what we need to do too.
I think if the city manager looks at prior years before we've done county inspections, he's gonna see that entity, that department, probably better off now than it was then, as far as income
Yeah.
considered. So, I remember back 3 or 4 years ago, we were like the nighttime repairman on a lot of days in there. Especially in 2007, 2012. So, that, we were just talking in the audit meeting upstairs. That thing's above budget right now for 6 months.
I agree with Councilman White, it is a revenue stream, but I think that the importance of the city takes precedence over that revenue stream. And I think that's a revenue stream that the county should utilize and get on board with. And I'm kind of disappointed we don't have any input from that. Can we table this motion till next month? Would that be, or you already have a motion on the floor, so we cannot table it?
I'd like to send it on to the county to get their feedback. I mean, if we put it off another month, it's gonna put it off for them coming back to us. I mean, this is gonna be something we're gonna discuss back and forth for a while.
If we make this motion now, and we decide we want to change it next month, can we do another motion?
Can you read the motion back to us?
Well, the motion is to continue the program through June 30th, but for the city manager also do an analysis of the cost to add another person and ask the county to subsidize the city for that amount.
I don't think it was one person. I don't think we need one.
Point of information,
Yes.
do you run your meetings under Robert's Rules of Orders?
Yes.
Then you can certainly table a motion after it's been made, and it just has to be brought from the table whenever you're ready for it.
I think what we're trying to do is send a message to the county tonight and not defer. You're absolutely correct. We've got to send a message to the county as to what we're going to, our
I call
intent
for
is.
the question, Mike.
I'm not sure we have a second. Do we have a
Yes, we have a
second?
second.
Okay, then we
Yeah.
go
Jesse second.
unless somebody has to speak, then we go to, one more time, then we go to a vote. I have nothing else to
Question's
say.
been called.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Councilman Souza?
Aye.
Councilman White? Mayor Pro Tem Harris?
Aye.
Councilman Curley?
Aye.
Mayor Mayberry?
Aye. Next up.